Good morning and welcome to your Saturday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom for your day. And grab your popcorn and settle in because we have a card from Wild Kuan Yin. Yep, that's the deck that popped up today. I thought that was interesting, especially on a Saturday where I typically don't have appointments scheduled back to back kind of a thing. And so we have the time to read a little longer card. Hopefully you have the time to listen to a little longer card. If not, feel free to listen to the replay, no problem. But I'm very excited about this card. It dovetails amazingly with the work that I did yesterday, energy work with my friend Bobby. We did some breath work and we did some sound healing, and I came home with a set of vintage bowls. I was very excited about that. So now I have to make space on my shelf. Nope, this side, somewhere for them in the next few days. We'll see what decides to stay on the shelf and what ends up moving. Good morning, Janine. Welcome. Glad you are here. Glad you are here. So now that one of you found me, usually then others start rolling in. So I have a full glass of water, which is going to be a good thing given that the card is a long card. But I love this deck. It's absolutely one of my favorite decks. So good morning, Cindy. Welcome. We have Wild Kuan Yin today. And as we all know, when it's Wild Kuan Yin Day, we're gonna go deep. There's deeper things to be focused on, thought about, processed, etc. So we'll give it a minute or two here for the rest to pop in. But let's start with some nice deep breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good morning, Ruth Ann. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Just breathing and opening, getting ready to receive. Because we have an amazing card today. A little bit of tapping just to wake everything up. Tapping the crown of your head. Wake up, my brain. Be wise, be free. Waking up, waking up. All right. So, Wild Kuan Yin. For those of you who have the deck, and I'm not sure anybody has the same version of the deck that I do. It seems like everybody who's purchased the deck after I did has gotten a condensed version, for lack of a better way to put it. So it may not be on the same page. My page is 80. It's card number 12. Sacred Sherpa Guides You Beyond. Sacred Sherpa Guides You Beyond. And she's clearly looking back to see if you're following. Are you keeping up? So let's see what it has to say. And again, these are longer, so settle in, get ready for a beautiful reading, and we'll see what you glean from this particular one. Sacred Sherpa Guides You Beyond. I am calling you to me. You will not find me on the path that you know. This next line, that line and this next line blew me away. You must meet me at the edge of your world and mine, upon the sacred mountain. So I'm sending you a guide, an emissary of love, who will lead you beyond the known path and show you the way to the sacred mountain. There we shall be together. I shall share such sweetness with you, such beautiful light and loving wisdom. And interestingly, I have a friend at the moment who has pancreatitis, and when we looked that up yesterday as we were doing our breath work, I kind of included her in the energy of my breath work. Good morning, Mel. And it was about not feeling that sense of sweetness and joy in life. So here we are, being led to sweetness and joy. Being led to sweetness and joy. There we shall be together. I will share such sweetness with you, such beautiful light and loving wisdom. You shall know more peace in your heart and trust in your life than ever before. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. I shall bestow upon you a gift of grace that is far beyond the capacity of words to express. Good morning, good morning. I shall reveal myself to you, and you shall know me to be the one with your loving wild heart. Come to me and receive the gift I hold in grace for you. You have free will to live your life as you choose. Keep that in mind as we're reading this whole thing, and I think she repeats it several times. So she wants to make the point You get to choose, right? You have free will to live your life as you choose, but the Holy Mother, who loves you without condition, can see the repercussions of your choices in a way that you may not always be able to understand at the time. Being on a particular path of your choosing may be helpful for a while, perhaps a long while. Once it becomes habit and momentum that drives you along the path, rather than conscious and constructive exercise of your free will, however, it may cease to be a way of living, of aliveness. Instead, it may become a process of going through the motions. Good morning, Joniel. Glad you're here. Of existing without really growing. Ever had those periods of time in your life where you're just sort of going along to get along, doing what you got to do, not really living consciously? That's what she's talking about. In time, that may lead to depression. You may feel somehow that you have become a creature of habit more than a vibrant being with freedom of choice. That you have become enslaved in the familiar comfort of what you know, rather than being open to what life wishes to offer you. Are any of you getting that uncomfortable feeling? I hope so. Time to change. Time for change. Time for vibrancy, all right? In such cases, the Divine Mother may choose to intercede on your behalf. You always have the right to choose whether you respond to her intercession or not. If you know that her actions always come from love and serve your highest good and are not meant to thwart, frustrate, or block you, then it can be easier to accept her help. In fact, you may wonder why you would ever hesitate to accept the help of the Divine Mother, so wonderful as it sounds. Good morning, Bev. But sometimes we don't recognize her help upon first glance, particularly if that help comes as a stop sign. It seems like a kink in the plan you thought was unfolding so perfectly, a no when you wanted to hear yes. It could be a sinking feeling in your stomach that something or someone you believed was wonderful is turning out to be rather far less than you had hoped. Your first instinct may be disappointment or frustration with the need to try and fix or change things to be otherwise. Sometimes we do need to take action to resolve a situation. Often, however, we need to accept things as they are and ask if this is a heavenly stop sign instead. Then our actions can become more thoughtful, constructive, and helpful, and less reactive. An unnecessary action, which would simply serve to further complicate or confuse matters, can be avoided altogether. The Divine Mother is bringing you such a heavenly stop sign now. That doesn't mean you cannot continue to dream for your desires to manifest in the world. Far from it. It means the path you are on, as promising as it may appear at first glance, is not going to get you where you want to be. I'm certainly resonating with this. In her kindness and mercy, however, she is not only sending you a sign to stop, she is also sending you a guide, a sacred Sherpa, to help you find your way off the well-worn everyday path and onto the holy ground of the mountain path that leads directly to divine presence, blessings, and grace. Sherpas are known to be able to survive in mountainous regions above and beyond the ability of the average person. Their instincts and even their physiology behave in a manner that is well attuned and responsive to the demands of high altitude living on body, mind, and spirit. They are able to tolerate and function in an environment that would be out of reach for many a person. Navigating the sacred mountain into divine presence also requires particular intelligence beyond the typical abilities required to live an ordinary life. So again, you're going to be called to step into more of who you really are, what you're really capable of, beyond the tools and gifts that you use every day. Off the regular path and into sacred territory, one requires increased sensitivity in perceptive faculties, an ability to see from the heart, to sense energy of invisible guidance, and to feel for the nuances in life's changing patterns when learning to recognize and respond to the presence of the divine as it manifests itself as a guiding and gifting hand. Your sacred Sherpa. Good morning, Bobby. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you again for yesterday. It was lovely. And this card is so fitting for this. It's Sacred Sherpa Guides You Beyond. Your sacred Sherpa will be the means by which you become able to travel from ordinary daily living into an experience of life as living divine presence. Your sacred Sherpa, sent to you directly from the Divine Mother herself, may be a person, a teacher in spirit or in human form, a book, a training course, an idea, or practice that comes to you. It may be an opportunity or relationship that will change your viewpoint and even the course of your life quite dramatically. This sacred Sherpa will lead you away from what you have known towards an yet unseen mountain where your experience of the divine shall become more real to you, offering you a special spiritual gift. Do not worship the sacred Sherpa, for that would muddy your path. The sacred Sherpa, perhaps a new teacher or teaching, relationship, philosophy, or lifestyle, is not meant to become your God. It is meant to lead you towards true divine experience. So it's merely a guide, merely a guide. And we tend to deify our guides. So just view the guide for what the guide is, as best you can. Accept the sacred Sherpa as a gift from the divine, but do not attach to it. There will come a time when even that Sherpa is no longer required. For now, however, the Sherpa will meet you where you are at. Your choice is whether you place your trust in that sacred guide sent by the Divine Mother, who will lead you to her abode in the mountain. There you will receive blessings, sustenance, and whatever grace is needed to succeed in this next phase of your journey. But you must be willing to take the journey to get there. This oracle comes with a message. The change in your fortunes, which may make itself known at first through a stop sign. Basically, it's stop going this way, start going this way. And it doesn't have to be abrupt. Yes, we tend to deify the guide. It doesn't have to be abrupt. It just needs to be heeded when it comes up. So again, it can be that little quiet whisper that says, go this way, not that way. Heed that. Heed that when you hear it. Let's see. The change in your fortunes, which may make itself at first known through a stop sign, is one orchestrated by divine forces of love for your own spiritual success. You may sit at that stop sign and wait for it to change with serendipity or with frustration, or you may choose to allow a change of course to show itself to you, for it will. The healing process that follows will help you attune yourself so that when the sacred Sherpa appears, you will recognize the form as an emissary of love from the Divine Mother, Kuan Yin, sent to help you. If you are nurturing a vision or dream, this oracle comes with guidance that you are going to receive divine blessing for its manifestation. It is also a sign that you must be willing to let go of how it is supposed to be done. That's a direct message for me. I'm hearing, I'm listening. So how it's going to unfold is not of my choice. And instead allow the divine to create it through you according to its own sublime genius, humor, and grace. For that to happen, you must be willing to shed your ego and any claim you lay to what is created. You must do this as though you were responsible for the manifestation itself, rather than your real responsibility, which is to show up and attune yourself so that your sacred instrument of self can be played by the great musician to create beautiful divine music. We're the instrument. We're the instrument, all right? You must be willing to trust that the desires in your heart are placed there lovingly by the universe. You are meant to dream of what you dream. You can trust that the universe is working through you in harmony with your heart. You do not have to control or direct it. You need to learn to allow yourself to be guided. The guide cannot take the steps for you. That is your job. But the guide can show you the way. It is up to you if you then choose to take it, and whether you tread carefully, dance, or run along the sacred pathway toward the loving arms of the Holy Mother. I'm thinking dancing sounds good. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. This oracle also brings the message, something has appeared or soon will that seems left of center, unexpected, or out of the blue. If you follow that invitation, it will not feel comfortable or familiar. It will, in fact, lead you beyond the world you have known and onto a path that will require more trust in your intuition, instincts, and the invisible guiding hand of the divine than you have ever had to summon before. Although you will be taking the journey yourself, uncertain of how to proceed at times, whether you need guidance to help you continue on the path, it shall certainly be there for you without fail. Good morning, Paula. Welcome, welcome. The divine is behind this change. If your heart says yes, even whilst your mind has many fears or doubts, trust your heart. You are held in the grace of the Mother, leading you to her. The oracle of Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond. Show the picture for those of you who haven't been on for a while. Also speaks to particular skills within you. If you have been contemplating a path or training program, a new vocation or adventure, a new spiritual teaching or lifestyle, anything that would take you beyond what you have known, and you are uncertain whether you are capable or qualified enough, the oracle brings reassurance. This is part of your divine journey. There is a special gift waiting for you upon this journey, and in taking it, you shall be supported with all you need. Do not become attached to the process itself, for that is simply meant to guide you for a time. But do trust it for as long as it feels right in your heart to do so. In your heart to do so. So again, your head's going to be going, are we on the right path? Are we lost? I think we're lost. I think we should go that way. Don't listen. Listen to your heart. And your heart says, nope, we're doing fine. Keep going this way. Here's where I'm being guided. Follow that. And your mind may chatter, yeah, but are you sure? Are you really sure? I don't know. This doesn't seem right. I'm hungry. I have to go to the bathroom. Can we stop now? Don't listen. Just keep going. Keep going. All right, let's see here. There is a special gift waiting for you upon the journey, and in taking it, you shall be supported with all you need. Do not become attached to the process itself, for it is simply meant to guide you for a time, but do trust it for as long as feels right in your heart to do so. Even if you wonder if you are prepared for unknown terrain or are out of your depth in some manner, the oracle, sounds just like a child, absolutely. The oracle affirms you will find the divine through this path to keep going. Find the signs to guide you and trust in your journey. Good morning, Linda. Good evening, Linda. Glad you're here. You're going to love this one. You're going to want to re-listen. This is a very fabulous card. So here is our healing process. And again, I will say it. We'll do call and response. I'll say it. You repeat out loud. I call upon Kuan Yin, who loves me unconditionally, and her unconditionally loving emissaries and guides, the sacred Sherpas of my soul. Isn't that beautiful? Sacred Sherpas of my soul. Please help me tread the most sacred path of grace to fulfillment of my destiny. Show me the way. Help me to trust. Help me to recognize the presence of your hand, even if at first I do not see it. I surrender my doubt, and with joy in my heart, I open to receive your blessings, protection, and assistance in all ways. Through my own free will, so be it. Place your hands in prayer position and bow your head. You have finished your healing process. So this is one powerful card, right? Holy buckets. There is amazing stuff in here. And the fact that we're being called to this path, this divine path, off of the ordinary path, onto the divine path, is huge. And again, it's not lost on me that one of the words that is being used in here to describe what we arrive at is sweetness. And yesterday the words were sweetness and joy. So sweetness, that's what we're being guided toward, the sweetness of life, the joy of life. How many people right now are living in not a space of that? Certainly my friend who's struggling with pancreatitis, that Louise Hay says is lack of sweetness and joy in life. So, and I want to reiterate, point out that this guidance that we're receiving is likely to come looking like a stop sign. Stop. You can't go there. You're done with this path, whatever it is. So I'm going to make stuff up here. It might be that I get fired from doing the process I'm doing right now with the church. It might be that you get downsized at your job. It might be that your car engine explodes. It might be that you get evicted. I mean, I'm thinking dreadful stuff, seemingly dreadful. But again, these are all the boosts on our way. These are all the guidance that we get where the divine is saying, stop, enough of this path, time for this path, and heeding that. And again, I think the hardest part of that can be you're not going to get it to shut up. Just saying. But not listening to your mind, the chatter, the committee, the whatever you call yours. I call mine the committee. Well, that's a dumb choice. I wouldn't make that choice. You think she's really going to make that choice? Can't she think straight? What is wrong with her? It's clear she ought to do this. Blah, 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 blah. However it comes across. Not heeding that. Taking the time. That's why I so value breath work. Because we take the time to listen within. We still ourselves enough. What is going on in here? What is my heart guiding me to do? What is that still inner voice of my soul saying to me? So if you don't know how to do breath work, you can find stuff online. Just Google it, right? But the little breaths that we do at the beginning, I'll give you a simple thumbnail. Breathe to music. Why? And especially music with a really solid drum beat, that's very helpful. So if you find some shamanic music, whatever, that can be very helpful in the process. The reason the music is good is because your subconscious mind is always working on you. And as you're breathing, it starts kicking in and it'll move you away from the breath. So you begin with your panting breath, which is designed to get you the energy moving for several minutes. Yes, you're going to get lightheaded. Don't worry about it. Just keep doing the process. But if you're not using the music, what'll happen is all of a sudden, and you just start breathing your regular breath again, and it moves you away from that activation and that energizing that the breath work is designed to do. However, if you're listening to the music, you might do the and then, music, and you take off again. So yesterday, Bobby and I breathed for an hour to music. And you're probably going, oh my God, how can you do that? But when you're in it, time gets condensed. And it felt probably like 10 minutes. Amazing stuff. So definitely avail yourself of breath work. You can find stuff online. You absolutely can. If you're in the UP, you can join Bobby in Gladstone. So it's Serenity Yoga and Breathwork. And you can take some of her courses or whatever, and away you go. Yes. Inside Out. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Yes. So for today, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is I want you paying attention to where in your life are you feeling a hard stop? Where in your life are you getting a little nudge that, oh, I'm interested in this course. Someone said something that I want to ask them more about. Oh, I read this newspaper article that I want to do some research on. Oh, I just met this new person and they've got some interesting things to say and to do. I'm going to go do that. Oh, I just got the schedule for May for whoever, and that thing looks interesting. I'm going to try that. Pay attention today. Where are you feeling your heart stop? And where are you feeling that nudge, that call to go do something different, to observe something different, to check out something different? Recently, one of the ones that I indulged in, and it was an indulgence, it was just fabulous. Usually I have, let me show you. Usually I have on my computer screen images of something. So in this case, it's rivers. But a while ago, it was all about trees. I had trees and sunrises and sunsets. I picked something. When it was going to be the eclipse, I got a strong nudge to bring up images of the eclipse, other eclipses, previous eclipses, because we hadn't had this one yet. And just being in the energy of those pictures of eclipses was useful to me. So that's your process. Jump in somewhere. Start something. It doesn't matter that it's pretty. Sometimes it's messy, right? If we get let go from a job, that's kind of a messy thing, but it's opening another door. Every ending is a new beginning. And those new beginnings are designed to lead us with guidance to that sacred mountain. Enough of the ordinary. We still do ordinary stuff, but enough of the ordinary. It's time to step into that sacred stuff. So have an awesome Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.